Did you know that members of the House of Jacob are really non-members? I know that sounds weird, but it's true. As a member of the House of Jacob today, you have way fewer rights than you did just a few years ago, or even 50 years ago because the church amended its rules. In our first video, we explained how members lost the right to vote to ratify Father Supreme Bishop. But guess what? That wasn't the only right they took away. In 2019, Father Israel and the board updated the church's Articles of Incorporation with some serious changes. One of the big ones, Article 5, they claim it was required for tax-exempt status. Spoiler alert, that's not entirely true. Here's the change. Members are now only privileged to worship and fellowship. That's it. This is what's called a non-membership corporation. And no, the IRS didn't force the church to make this change to keep their 501c3 status. They chose to do this, but why? We can't be sure, but the answer may have something to do with the difference between a member versus a non-member corporation. Here's one difference. It's buried in Article 22 under Miscellaneous Provisions. I know, super subtle. It literally says, no member of the church shall be entitled to inspect the books and records of the corporation by virtue of their membership. Basically, by converting members into non-members, you don't have to worry about them snooping around and demanding accountability or transparency. Back in the 70s, membership came with actual benefits. Get this, if you were disabled, elderly, or homeless, the church would take you in. No questions asked. Food, shelter, clothing, even medical care were provided if you were in need. They even had a burial fund for those who couldn't get insurance. And food wasn't just a convocation thing. Father promised to distribute meat and produce to the poor and needy year-round. But now, as a non-membership organization, all those rights are a thing of the past. As an organization evolves and gets better, you'd kinda expect them to give members more rights, not fewer rights. If you were recently elevated, or you hope to be, you probably don't want to ask any questions about things like this. But if you're an independent thinker and happen to believe you deserve to be treated with a little dignity, maybe you do have a question or two. But now that you know the truth, you can decide for yourself.